Do you think MAGA is dead?
No. Absolutely not.
No? Do you guys, do you think MAGA is dead? Are you done?
No.
No. Do you think MAGA is dead?
No.
MAGA's definitely not dead. That's probably the biggest joke that I've heard.
So I've heard online that MAGA is dead.
That's bullshit. Bullshit.
Is MAGA dead?
Absolutely not.
Not in the least. Not at all.
Have you regretted your vote for Donald Trump?
No, ma'am. No, absolutely not.
I know a lot of Trump supporters.
You're still with him?
100%. And probably if he could run again, I would do it again.
X is not real life. MAGA is doing just fine. And to prove it to you guys, I'm out here at the Lakeland Farmers Market talking to you guys this time, Trump supporters, asking you guys, do you still support Donald Trump? Is X correct? Are the podcasters right that MAGA is dead and he has no support? Let's find out. Let's go talk to some people. Be out here on the streets and let's hear from you guys directly. So there's a lot of talk online from podcasters, influencers, blah, 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 saying that MAGA is dead. No one supports him anymore. If you do support him, you got to abandon ship. Say that you regret voting for him. Do you guys feel that way?
That's all come from the left. No, I do not feel that way.
Okay.
No, not at all.
I have no idea where that's even coming from. So no.
This is coming from former Trump supporters and huge America First people.
He must have something on him then. That's it. If you're not supporting what's going on in America, then you must be part of the problem.
They've lost their way.
Yeah, these are former Trump supporters who have huge followings online that are saying MAGA's dead. There's no one that supports him. And one of them even accused me of not going out and talking to people in the real world. They're like, do you talk to people? Do you even know what I do? So we're doing it. We're talking to people today. We're talking to Trump supporters. Yeah. Is MAGA dead?
Absolutely not.
Not in the least. Not at all. Absolutely not. You kidding? Here in Polk County? Are you kidding me?
There's a lot of talk online of people trying to say that Trump and MAGA, they're dead. He's lost his base. There's no more support for him. And if you do support him, you need to withdraw that support. What do you say?
I say those people don't know what they're talking about. So, end of story with that.
Yeah, and you're still with him?
100%.
Okay.
And probably if he could vote again and run again, I would do it again.
Yeah. So, we support a third term over here.
I absolutely do.
Would you say you are fully still behind Donald Trump?
Absolutely. I mean, if you look, you can see plenty of discussions, talks, other countries that are starting to stand behind the things that he's saying and the things that he's doing. I mean, the Prime Minister of Great Britain has already stated that he wants to start making Britain great again. Mm-hmm. Everyone is using him as kind of a model, and I think it's time that somebody goes a bit against the grain and doesn't do what everyone else has done before and kind of makes it a point to do what's right for the country and, deal with the consequences as they come. People aren't going to be happy with it because they've become content with what's been going on so far, but it's kind of a point to where it's hitting a turning point where things need to change.
They don't support him anymore. They're anti-MAGA. MAGA is dead. Do you think so?
No, absolutely not. I support Trump to the fullest. Now, what I will tell you is people are ignorant to the facts. Like, everybody wants it their way. This is what we voted for. Now that it's happening, everybody wants to go back on everything they voted for. He's doing exactly what he said. If you had a problem with what he said in the beginning, you shouldn't have voted for him. That's how I feel about it.
So would you say that like makes me think of something? Would you say that maybe the people who have voted for him a year and a half ago, maybe they're the ones that changed, not Trump?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Trump is the same person he's always been. Now, will I say that Trump can get a little out of pocket with the way he talks sometimes? Sure, but I fully support what he's saying and what he's doing. Okay. Like, it's never going to change.
All right, so MAGA is not dead.
No. Okay. All the way, we're there.
People are saying, especially online, there's a lot of podcasters, a lot of civil war within the right wing right now, and they're saying MAGA is dead, he's lost all support.
And then you see on CNN the other day, it was 100% MAGA for Trump. You saw that?
Yeah, I did see that.
That's filtered TV.
And who's MAGA? Republicans. Come on.
Yeah, so you guys are still with Trump.
Oh,
100% for sure. Go Trump, go Trump.
It's propaganda. You know how it
It
goes.
is,
Well,
it
you know
is.
exactly how it works.
Yeah, I do.
I see all the time.
I don't regret my vote. I don't support all of his decisions,
course.
but I mean, it's not. Being a president's not the easiest job in the world.
No.
Like everyone talks about how easy they go. Oh, I could do this, and no, you can't.
Where do you stand? Is MAGA dead?
No, that's a joke. Everything online's a joke, to be honest. I actually left Facebook like back in January because just everything's just a lie on there, in my opinion. But no, you got to be careful what you listen to be honest, because there's a lot of lies out there, and MAGA's definitely not dead. That's probably the biggest joke that I've heard.
You heard it here, guys. MAGA is not dead at all. And I guarantee you those guys don't spend all of their time chronically online listening to the podcast wars, as Michael Knowles would call it. And if you want to make sure that you can keep up with what Trump is doing from both sides of the aisle to see everything being said by news sources, you can go to ground.news/liberty. There's a 40% off code right there on the screen. Click it. Check it out. Let me show you a little bit about what's going on. There is, on the app, there's an entire section of just Donald Trump, and you can go through and see how many sources. There's 26 sources talking about ICE being put into airports over funding issues, Denmark electing a new parliament and vote clouded by Trump. Look at all of those sources from things that Donald Trump is doing in the news. So you can go there, stay informed, both sides, so you aren't just getting one single source. Ground.news/liberty. Have you regretted your vote for Donald Trump?
No, ma'am. No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not. So MAGA is not dead.
To me, MAGA is not dead. Absolutely not. And I know there's a bunch of people online saying that MAGA is dead, screw MAGA and all the above. Personally, I don't believe it, and I do believe that people are still following MAGA with their hearts. They know what's right. They're doing the right thing. They're true-hearted Christians, and they know that Trump is going to lead us in the right direction. And so I have faith that he will continue to do the right thing, especially with this whole war in Iran. Everything you see online isn't always true, and that's just what I believe. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. So
Okay. Until Trump has proven that this war was a mistake, you're going to trust him.
absolutely, yes, ma'am.
All right. And if evidence comes to light that it was a mistake, you have no problem saying we shouldn't have done this.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So I'm following him all the way until the end. I mean, he's a president for a reason. I think God put him in that place for a reason. So it's up to him, not us.
So I've heard online that MAGA is dead.
That's bullshit. Bullshit. Not true.
No, this is coming from people who are on the right, who used to be Trump supporters. They've abandoned ship, and they've said that it's happening in droves, and most people are withdrawing their support.
No, not true. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. So I came over to this country when I was 3 years old, came over from Cuba, and became an American citizen, and I love this country to death. Very happy what Trump is doing right now, maybe liberating Cuba soon. So how can you go against any of this stuff when people are being liberated around the world? This is the right president for the right time. And MAGA's not dead. Whoever says MAGA's dead is probably the stuff from the left. You know, they're always coming up with ideas and throwing it in the press and trying to get everybody to think MAGA is alive, very well alive, and especially here in Florida and in South Florida for sure. Miami-Dade County, we love President Trump.
We're asking Trump supporters if they are still with Trump.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. There's a lot of online right-wing civil war going on Twitter and I guess it's X now. I'm just so old.
Yeah.
They're saying that MAGA is dead. He has no support. He's lost everybody. No one likes him anymore.
No, I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Why do you guys still support Donald Trump?
Because I feel like he has our country's best interest. I don't agree with everything he does, but I don't agree with everything that anybody does. I mean, but I just feel like he's here to do the best that he can do for us, our country, our people. And that's why I agree with what he's doing.
Did you vote for Trump?
Did I vote for Trump? Yes, I did vote for Trump. Of course, I had to vote for Trump because I don't vote for the devil.
Okay.
And I'm not saying that Trump is perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I don't agree with a lot of things, but you have to go with the conviction of what God leads you to. God puts the leaders in position. Nothing happens in this world without his permission.
Absolutely.
And what is it? Hebrews chapter 6, verse 3. You know, all things we do with when he prescribes it, when he says it's okay to do that. And so that's just a really great thing. And knowing that he decided that we were going to have, or he permitted us to have the last guy. And I think that was because he needed to show us Americans that we have it so well. And when we don't treat that as the jewel that it is, then we might as well just be eating our own vomit.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Yes or no? Have you abandoned MAGA or Trump? Have you regretted your vote, or are you waning in your support for him?
I'm a veteran. He's the president of the United States. My son's active duty. Do I want my son to be put into harm's way? Absolutely not. Would I accept that, and would he accept that? Absolutely. And if Kamala Harris, God forbid, had been in office and she had done what Trump had done, I'd have the same exact answer, because I don't have the information. We don't have the information. They make decisions based on the information that we don't have, and we make judgments based on the information that we don't have. And so I don't waver in my support because my vote was cast, and that was a time-locked event. I can't go back and do it again.
Yeah.
And I would support I would support the vice president when if he runs.
Yeah.
But I'd also, if he decided he didn't want to run and somebody else wanted to run, I'd support somebody like
Marco Rubio?
I could support Rubio.
Yeah.
Rubio's a nice guy. I've met him a couple of times.
Cool. Cool.
I would rather have our governor.
Oh, DeSantis. Yes.
I've worked with DeSantis a couple of times on some American Legion projects.
Very cool.
So he's a very, very strong individual who is grounded not only in himself but in his experience as a veteran and as a Christian himself.
No, CNN said that they had 100%.
I did see that his base is with them 100%, which is a really funny statistic and a funny poll. But, would you say that you are still fully behind him?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you have to say to the people who are trying to convince thousands of other people, Trump supporters, that they should abandon him?
It's skewed. The information, the news, it's all skewed.
Yeah. What do you think?
I agree. Yeah.
This is other Trump supporters. It's not even liberals. It's other Trump supporters saying, we're done with him. We need to be totally...
The thing of it is, it doesn't matter who's in there. Not everyone is going to like the person.
Right.
You vote for who most closely aligns with your morals, your ethics. I'm not saying every single thing he does I love, and I'm not a Trumpster, but I did vote for him because the other side, oh, no way. I don't have words.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's like, okay, we abandoned Trump, and then it's like, what's the alternative to that?
Right.
Yeah.
There
Open
is no
borders.
alternative.
What's one thing that you've appreciated he's done just in the last year and some change in his second term?
Making everything safer. Everything is safe.
Yeah.
I feel a lot more comfortable now, whereas before it was just stepping on ice. But a lot more comfortable, a lot more safe.
Yeah, the same thing. I mean, closing the borders, that was a big thing, right? I mean, we're America for a reason. I mean, everybody has borders. So I don't even understand the argument against the borders and the ice and all that. I do not get it whatsoever. Makes no sense, yeah.
They just hate their own country, basically.
Well, there's that. But there's other places to go, though, right? I mean, there's other places. America, we got the best country in the world, so absolutely proud to be here.
There's been some talk online, podcasters, influencers, whatever, saying that MAGA is dead, abandoned ship. No one should be supporting him any longer. If you voted for him, you need to recant your support. What do you think?
It's just nonsense. It's not true. Yeah, people need to use common sense.
Yeah. What do you think? Do you still support him?
Yes.
100%?
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
Okay. Why do you think there's certain people trying to tell Trump supporters who voted for Trump themselves that we should abandon ship?
Why would somebody think that?
Yeah. What would be the purpose of doing that?
I have no idea. Well, I mean, I could probably come up with ideas, but not good ones.
I've heard online that MAGA is dead.
No.
I didn't even have to finish my question.
No.
There's former Trump supporters online that are just saying, like, MAGA's dead. He has no support. His supporters are leaving in droves. No.
I only know one person who's not a Trump supporter anymore, and I know a lot of Trump supporters.
Okay.
So only one.
Yeah, just the one. Everybody's still there for him.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
What's going on where real life is not matching up with what people are saying online? What's going
Fake
on?
news, that's the media.
Yeah. Coming from former
If it's on
Trump
TV,
supporters.
it must be true, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
There's a lot of talk online. I don't know how online you guys are on these social media platforms, but there's been a lot of talk that MAGA is dead and his base is leaving him. Are you someone who voted for him that is leaving him and withdrawing support?
On Trump? No, I'm not leaving.
No, not leaving? No?
I'm staying on board, but I have mixed feelings.
Okay. All right. But you're not abandoning him.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. There's a lot of things I don't agree with.
Okay.
So, a lot. So.
Okay. All right. Very good. What's one thing that you've liked that he's done in his second term so far?
There's so
Everything
many.
he's done in his first year to second term.
Close the border is pretty important to me.
Yes. Yeah.
Securing the border. I mean, there's so many things that I like that he's done, but securing the border was very important.
Is there one thing you can point to just within his second term that you really like that he's done? I know it's only been a year, but he is a man of great work ethic, so he's done so much.
I know, yeah. I think one of the biggest things I really liked a lot was he just brought the nations back together, and there was a lot of segregation, and just like a lot of nations were like looking at the United States as weak, laughing at us, and that was really hard to watch because the United States is a very strong nation. And he's really went out of his way to be like, one thing after another, getting things done and reestablishing relationships within America and across, the nation. So it's nice to see that.
Yeah, I like that he's putting America first.
Okay. Yeah.
He does what he says he's going to do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. So you trust him?
100%.
I don't regret it at all. And I have friends who, are anti going to Iran. And here's the thing I try to think to myself is like, we don't know everything that he knows.
Yeah.
We don't know everything that the people up there know.
Yeah.
So for us to sit here and judge and say we should or shouldn't, like, we don't know everything. Now, whether it's good or not remains to be seen. But, it's pretty cool that he's kind of blasted that whole Ayatollah people out of here, and they were bad. I mean, I want my kids and grandkids to grow up and not have to worry about Iran. I grew up only hearing about Iran. So it's nice that that's going to change, and hopefully for the good.
Well, let me ask you this. They're claiming this because they're upset with the Iran war. They're saying he's promised us no more wars. He said that we wouldn't be getting into conflict over there. So we're done. We're America first. We don't believe in going anywhere else. We don't want to put our military anywhere else. And so from that reason on, they're done.
Well, I'm going to tell you, this is from a 20-year military veteran.
Thank you for your service.
I don't like conflict. I don't like war. But sometimes things are justified when you can bring peace to a region. I think when people think of Iran that's causing maybe conflict here, probably here it will not. But we have a lot of Americans living and working in that region. So if we can stop Iran from bombing the areas or threatening to bomb and blocking the canal so people can't go through. The oil can't pass through. Come on, we need all that stuff is needed. And what these guys are doing is just causing problems in civilization. Mm-hmm. So if you can negate that, it's time to do it. Just like it was time to do it in Venezuela. They're going to do it in Cuba. These are people who have been giving us problems for many years. So yeah, you don't want conflict. You don't want to go to war, but sometimes it's justified. Okay. And I think in this case, it's justified.
All right. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Keep on
I'm just
going.
going to go down there. Do you think MAGA is dead?
No. Absolutely not.
No? Do you guys, do you think MAGA is dead? Are you done?
No.
No. Do you think MAGA is dead?
No.
No? What about you? You just walked into this. You just walked into this. Is MAGA dead? She has no clue. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Support your local ice raid shirt at lhmerchant.com with discount code RAID for 10% off. Don't let the algorithms and the influencers and the podcasters try to diminish your trust for Donald Trump. There's so many of us out there that still have his back, and we are still proud to be Trump supporters. So proclaim it loud, be by his side, and let's go MAGA.